Welcome to several examples on how to round whole numbers to the nearest hundred or to the hundredths place value. For each example, we'll determine how to round the value using the number line, as well as how to use the formal rules for rounding outlined here below. In our first example, we're asked to round 1,938 to the nearest hundred. So using the number line, if we were to count by hundreds, notice how 1,938 would fall between 1,900 and 2,000. And of course, 1,950 would be right in the middle. So if we were to plot the given value on the number line, notice how it would be approximately here. So to round 1,938 to the nearest hundred, we need to determine whether the given value is closer to 1,900 or 2,000. And using the number line, we can easily see the given value is closer to 1,900, and therefore the given value rounds down to 1,900 when rounding to the nearest hundred. This number line technique always works, but there is one special case. If the given value happened to fall right in the middle, between the two possible rounded values, the rule is we always round up. Now let's round this again using the formal rules for rounding. We begin with the given value. Step 1, we find or locate the digit in the rounding place value, which would be the 9 in the hundreds place value. And then we look at the digit to the right of the rounding place value. So the digit to the right is a decision maker. So in this case, the 3 in the tens place value is a decision maker. If the digit to the right is less than 5, we round down. And because we have a 3 to the right, we do round down. To round down, the digit in the rounding place value stays the same. So the 9 in the hundreds stays the same. All digits to the right become 0. Notice how I have two zeros to the right of the 9 in the hundredths place value, giving us 1,900. If the digit to the right happened to be 5 or more, we round up. In this case, we would have increased the rounding place value by 1, and all digits to the right become 0. Let's look at another example. Here we're asked to round 5,268, again to the nearest hundred. So using the number line, if we were to count by hundreds, 5,268 would be between 5,200 and 5,300. If we were to plot this value on the number line, because we know 5,250 would be right in the middle, 5,268 would be, let's say, approximately here. And because 5,268 is closer to 5,300 than it is to 5,200, the given value rounds up to 5,300 when rounding to the nearest hundred. Let's look at this again using our formal rules. So starting with the given value, we first locate the digit in the rounding place value, which is the 2 in the hundreds, and then we locate the digit to the right, which would be the 6 in the tens place value. So the 6 is a decision maker. Because the digit to the right is a 6, which is 5 or more, we round up. So to round up, the digit in the rounding place value increases by 1, so the 2 in the hundreds increases by 1 to 3. All digits to the right become 0, so the tens in the ones place value both become 0, giving us 5,300. Let's look at two more examples that are slightly different. Here we're asked to round 42 to the nearest hundred. So again, using the number line, if we were to count by hundreds, 42 would fall between 0 and 100, and of course 50 again would be in the middle. So if we were to plot 42 on the number line, 42 of course is less than 50, let's say it's approximately here. Because 42 is closer to 0 than it is to 100, when rounding to the nearest hundred, 42 rounds to 0. Using our formal rules for rounding, if we begin with 42, notice how we're asked to find the digit in the rounding place value, which is the hundreds place value. Notice how we don't have a digit in the rounding place value, but we could include a 0 without changing the value of the given number. So we have a 0 in the rounding place value, and now we locate the digit to the right, which would be the 4 in the tens place value. Because 4 is less than 5, we round down, which means a digit in the rounding place value stays the same. So we keep a 0 in the hundreds place value. All digits to the right become 0. So we'd have 0 followed by 2 more zeros. Well, 0, 0, 0, of course, is still just 0. So 42 rounds down to 0 when rounding to the hundreds. For the next example, we're asked to round 8,050 to the nearest hundred. So if we count by hundreds on the number line, 8,050 would be between 8,000 and 8,100. And this is a special case because notice how 8,050 is actually right here in the middle, meaning it's the same distance from 8,000 as it is from 8,100. So in this special case, we always round up, and we say that 8,050 rounds up to 8,100 when rounding to the nearest hundred. Using our formal rules for rounding, beginning with the given value, we locate the digit in the rounding place value, which is the 0 in the hundreds. Then we locate the digit to the right, which is the 5 in the tens. This is our decision maker. So because this 5 is 5 or more, we round up, which means the digit in the rounding place value increases by 1. So we increase the 0 in the hundreds to 1, and all digits to the right become 0, giving us 8,100. Next, we're asked to round 3,975 to the nearest hundred. If we count by hundreds, 3,975 would fall between 3,900 and 4,000. If we were to plot the given value on the number line, it would be approximately here. And because 3,975 is closer to 4,000 than it is to 3,900, the given value rounds up to 4,000 when rounding to the nearest hundred. Using our formal rules, starting with the given value, we locate the digit in the rounding place value, which is the 9 in the hundreds. The digit to the right is our decision maker, which is the 7 in the tens place value. And because 7 is 5 or more, round up, so the digit in the rounding place value increases by 1, all digits to the right become 0. So it's a little bit different because notice how we have a 9 in the hundreds. So if we increase a 9 by 1, we get 10. And because 10 hundreds is equal to 1,000, we end up adding 1 to the 3 in the thousands, giving us a 4 in the thousands, and all digits to the right become 0, giving us 4,000. I hope you found these examples helpful. Thank you for watching.